What's up, guys? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about all the things that have been happening to XRP and the XRP community. As always, welcome back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you are new here, welcome to the XRP family. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. Now back to today's topic. We have this tweet from Boy XRP, who shared a video by Bloomberg Money Moves where Ripple Labs CEO Chris Larsen talks about building a new global currency. He talks about how law enforcement and regulators are correct to be concerned about any new type of technology. But he says that they work a lot with law enforcement and they were just in DC this week, for example. He also stated that he works with Promontory Financial, so we think that regulators have the best interest for business and commerce. So if they can have a more transparent system for catching the bad guys and eliminating the bad things that could hurt the financial systems, it would be a win-win. He shares and says that's the case with all these new exciting technologies. Now, something else very uncommon has also happened. Gary Gensler, who is the chairman of the SEC, has joined Twitter. Okay, we appreciate that he is trying to reach out, and this is not a bad thing. As we all know, the former SEC chair, Jay Clayton, was not on Twitter. A lot of communication goes on Twitter, so it would be important that at least people have a way to reach out. And what's crazy is that his account has been live for less than 24 hours and already has 54,000 plus followers. We could also see many XRP community members have tried to reach out, including attorney Deaton. In fact, he tweeted, saying, "Welcome, Chairman Gensler. I speak for 19,000 XRP holders who have sought intervention or amicus status in the SEC Gov versus Ripple. The SEC opposed our motion. Since your agency objects to us being heard in court, will you take a meeting considering we are the people you seek to protect?" Now, Gensler, of course, has not yet responded, and it's unlikely that he will or even agree to this meeting. But it's impressive to see that XRP community members are bold and openly speaking their minds. Now, if we take a look at this article posted on dailyhodl.com, we can see Bitcoin's rally to 40,000 triggers over $1 billion in liquidations. Tens of thousands of crypto traders had their positions liquidated as Bitcoin abruptly rallied to above $40,000. Data from the cryptocurrency futures trading and information platform ByBT reveals that on July 26th, $964.23 million worth of short positions across all crypto assets were liquidated as Bitcoin ignited a strong rally from around $35,000 to above $39,000 within 4 hours. Traders who took the other side of the trade were also not spared from the volatility, as ByBT shows that over $170 million worth of long positions were liquidated on the same day. In total, over $1.13 billion worth of long and short positions were liquidated yesterday, amid Bitcoin's rise to a 30-day high of $40,499, according to CoinMarketCap. ByBT's current data shows that in the last 24 hours, 99,649 traders were liquidated. At the height of Bitcoin's rally, Willy Woo told his 634,000 plus followers that the bulk of the Bitcoin liquidations happened in a span of 12 hours. $1 billion of Bitcoin futures liquidations in the last 12 hours. Here's where the carnage happened. Earlier this month, the popular on-chain analyst said that a Bitcoin supply shock was underway and predicted that traders who short the market would eventually be liquidated as coins were being withdrawn from exchanges at a rapid rate. As price grinds sideways, bearish, coins are being scooped off the exchanges at a very bullish rate. The latest sizing of withdrawals versus deposits are at local highs, at levels that signal a bottom. Whales are scooping. In my opinion, anyone short this market will get wrecked given enough time. It's just a waiting game until the fundamentals prevail. In another article published on financefeeds.com, we can see that SEC v. Ripple. SEC rebukes own commissioner's views ahead of William Hinman deposition. Ripple has scored a series of wins in recent weeks. The long-awaited deposition of William Hinman, ex-SEC Director of Corporation Finance, is scheduled for tomorrow. The SEC v. Ripple lawsuit has seen a significant turn of events last week in the form of a public statement by SEC Commissioners Hester Pierce and Elad Roisman. The top officials officially admitted to the lack of clarity surrounding the digital asset space. Deemed a gift from the heavens by Jeremy Hogan, a lawyer linked to the XRP community, this statement has already been added to Ripple and the individual defendant's defense. The turn of events appears to indicate that Ripple now has the upper hand in the lawsuit. The Securities and Exchange Commission, however, seems not willing to recognize that. A recent letter from the SEC regarding the individual's filing reminds the court that the above-mentioned public statement is not a statement of the SEC itself or any sort of binding authority on this court. The SEC also insisted that all courts that have considered this issue have decided under Howey and concluded that the abundance of case law interpreting and applying Howey at all levels of the judiciary and all related guidance issued by the SEC provide all the notice that is constitutionally required. In response, the individual defendants, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, sent a letter stating the SEC's arguments concerning the two SEC commissioners' statements only highlight that the SEC's position is legally untenable, as well as the agency went to publicly rebuke these two commissioners' considered views. The SEC's extraordinary public airing of its internal debate only highlights why the court must dismiss the SEC's claims against the individual defendants for aiding and abetting Ripple's alleged violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act. The two SEC commissioners have indeed dropped a bombshell on the Ripple lawsuit, and in good timing for the Ripple Council, who will have ex-SEC Director William Hinman depose on July 27th in order to strengthen its fair notice defense further. Both parties have recently reached a deal on how to go about Mr. Hinman's testimony without the SEC objecting to most of Ripple's inquiry. It remains to be seen what will really happen, though, at the deposition. The following day, July 28th, is the deadline for the requested response from SEC Chair Gary Gensler to Senator Elizabeth Warren. She has asked for information on the regulator's authority to regulate cryptocurrency exchanges properly and to determine if Congress needs to act to ensure that the SEC has the proper authority to close existing gaps in regulation. That letter also sent shockwaves of speculation regarding what could be deemed as an orchestrated power play to outflank the CFTC. Another tweet by Coinpedia News says, "Big day ahead for Ripple Labs. How will the events unfold? Will XRP price break past the $1 mark?" According to this article posted on Coinpedia.org, U.S. Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn granted permission for Hinman's deposition to go forward with a delay to allow the SEC and Ripple to reach an agreement on the scope of the deposition. Hinman's deposition was supposed to take place on July 19th. Tomorrow is William Hinman's long-awaited deposition, the former head of the SEC's Division of Corporation Finance. Because of their intrinsic decentralization, Hinman stated publicly in 2018 that Bitcoin and Ethereum should not be considered securities. In recent weeks, Ripple has had a string of victories. The SEC versus Ripple litigation took a crucial turn last week when SEC Commissioners Hester Peirce and Elad Roisman made a public statement. In December 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filed a complaint against Ripple, saying the San Francisco-based payments technology company's issuance of XRP was an unregistered securities offering valued at more than $1.38 billion. With all that in mind, let's take a look at the technical analysis. Now we're looking at the 4-hour perspective. After Ripple started a recovery rally from the 3-month low at $0.5097 in June to just over $0.73, there's been a weak attack in the past few weeks and another successful test of the low. The most recent price surge finally carried the coin lively over the downtrend line from the rally high. The short-term chart image has thus brightened. In order to generate a resilient medium-term floor, the 73-cent US mark would now have to be substantively surpassed. We consider the probability of at least one push at this critical hurdle to be high, as long as the support at 59 cents US is not undershot. With a break above the mentioned hurdle, we would consider a continued increase towards 79 cents US, 85 cents US, and 93 cents US possible. However, a slide below 59 cents US and then 57 cents would immediately turn the technical bias bearish. In this case, we would favor a timely reunion with the medium-term critical support zone at 50 to 51 cents US. In our opinion, a significant shortfall would indicate an immediate continuation of the higher level sell-off from the record high in the direction of the 32 to to 43 cents US zone. As always, trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like this video and click on the subscribe button below. Turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.